Hi, and welcome. If you've ever tried to remove something from a photo, like a person, a mistake, or a random object, you probably already know it can be tricky. But Photoshop has a tool that makes this much faster and easier. It's called the Remove tool, and it can automatically replace unwanted areas with amazing results quickly and realistically. In this video, we'll go over what the Remove tool is, how to use it, some settings you need to know, and a few tips to get better results. So let's get started. The Remove tool is designed to help you remove unwanted objects from an image by painting over them. When you do that, Photoshop analyzes the surrounding area and fills in the space automatically. It's like a smarter, more automated version of tools like the Spot Healing Brush, the Clone Stamp tool, and Content Aware Fill, which are all great tools that still have their uses. The main advantage of the Remove tool is that it requires less manual work, which makes it a great option. To find the Remove tool, simply go to the toolbar and look for the bandage icon group. Click and hold to expand the menu, and then select the Remove tool. To use the Remove tool, it's always a good idea to add a new layer first and name it something so you know what it's for. I'll name mine Remove. Now simply click and paint over the object you want to remove. Here we're going to remove the boy laying down. Outline him, and you want to make sure you go around anything that might be seen as part of him, like the reflection of him laying on the ground. And if you do a full circle and meet the other end and let go, it will fill in the rest for you. Or you can simply paint over him altogether. Once you have him selected, you can press Enter on your keyboard, or you can click the check mark in the toolbar. Once you do that, Photoshop will analyze the area and remove the object. In most cases, the results will look really good. Sometimes there may be a little cleanup. Like here, you can see the difference between the existing pixels and where the boy was. So you can paint over it again, press Enter, and Photoshop will take care of that in this little area here too. If your results don't look perfect, you can always undo and try again, paint over it a second time, or work in smaller sections. When you click the Remove tool, another toolbar will show up under the menu bar. There are a bunch of options here, but there are a few things to know right away. First is the drop down on how the Remove tool works. You can tell it to never use generative AI or to always use it by turning it on or off. Or you can leave it on auto and it will only use AI when Photoshop thinks it's needed. Auto works fine for most things, but you can play with these settings if you're having problems getting the results you want. Sample all layers is the option that allows the Remove tool to sample from all visible layers, not just the one you're working on. That's why we create a new blank layer to work on so that we're not making permanent changes to the existing layer that has your image on it. If you notice, when you turn this layer on and off, the boy shows up. These are non-destructive changes. So this sample all layers should be kept on for the most part. You can change your brush size in the toolbar as well. You can also just use the left and right bracket keys on your keyboard, just like you always do for any brush that you're using. And then the Remove after each stroke option is not checked right now. So that's when you select an object and let go of the mouse, nothing happens. You have to hit Enter or hit the check mark. If you turn this option on, then every time you lift up the brush or release the button on your mouse, the removal will happen as soon as you do that. This is usually the best option because it gives you instant feedback and you can see if what happened is actually what you wanted to have happen. If you turn this option off, then you make as many selections as you want. You won't know what changes were made until you press Enter. And then if you've selected a bunch of things, sometimes it can be hard to go back in there and see what mistakes were made or not made. But it really comes down to what you're comfortable using. The Remove tool works best for small objects, skin blemishes, dust or distractions, and background clutter. It can also be used for larger things, but The results may vary depending on how complicated the background is. For very detailed or structured areas, you may still need to use some other tools. But for quick edits, the remove tool is often the fastest option. Here are a few tips to improve your results. First, sometimes you can zoom in and maybe get a little closer to what you're trying to outline. That'll make it easier in the long run, so you're not selecting things that don't need to be selected. Second, use multiple strokes instead of one large one. Sometimes taking out small things instead of trying to take out an entire large area is much faster and more accurate. And finally, don't be afraid to combine tools if needed. Even though the remove tool is powerful, sometimes a small touch up with another tool can make a big difference. And that's it. That's the remove tool. This tool is a great way to quickly clean up your photos without needing to use advanced techniques or tools. I hope that helped, and I'll see you next time.